you start off wide, right? With all these options and choices.
Me, I'm looking for substance. So if you can't come with a substance level of conversation, I have no interest.
Okay.
You black man taking the liking of how my lifestyle is living and how I'm going, man. You being intrigued, man. That's very humbling for me, man.
Doesn't have a motion. Is he inbound to JFK?
We don't know.
You don't know where he is at all?
He's being hijacked. The pilot's having a hard time talking to the. I mean, we don't know. We don't know where he's going. He's heading towards Kennedy. He's, like I said, he's like 35 miles north of Kennedy now at 367 knots.
Okay.
No idea where he's going.
If you could please give us a call and let us know.
So, like, I was there for 2 days of the first 5 days. And what I do now is I speak around the world, literally, about my cancer journey and what that has done to me. So I was there for 2 days. I was there 2 days of the first 5 days, and I hit the wrong lotto. I just suffered a lot.
I'm sure that, you went through so much trauma and pain and, just having to deal with all of the suffering that was all around you. And then to have to deal with lung cancer. I know it was quite the ordeal for you.
Sure. I was there 2 days of the first 5 days, and I was a volunteer. And what happened was I was walking out of my house that morning, and I saw one of the towers on fire. And I immediately went around the corner to my other house and got my fiance at the time. She was a photographer, and I told her to grab her stuff and let's go. And she's like, "What's up?" I was like, "I don't know. World Trade Center is on fire, man." And as we were getting down there, I think the second plane had already hit, and both towers were on fire. And it was pandemonium, chaos. It was crazy, and it was like a movie scene. And when we got down to the river, the cops were there, and sirens blaring and all of this chaos, pandemonium. And when we just looked up, my ex-wife now, she was like, what do you think is going to happen? And I was like, if anything, it's just going to the top part is going to tip over, right, and hit the buildings on the side. And that's when it came down, man. And she has pictures. She's got dozens and dozens of pictures of it just coming down in sequence.
Wow.
And the cops were screaming, get out of the way, go. And we're across the river. Like, what's going to happen? Like, is a tsunami going to hit? Something like that. And we started heading back, and we were going towards Liberty State Park. And there's a cutoff downtown Jersey City that goes to Liberty State Park. And we were walking there, and we turned around and we looked, and the second one came down. And she has pictures of those coming down. About 40 minutes later, an hour, people started getting off. People started getting off boats, and they were completely disheveled. They were completely like blood and white powder. And I was like, I got to get there, man. I got to get there. I've been in construction my whole life. I'd rather be there than have somebody else. And the first day going out, we got turned around, and we got down to Battery Park in a boat, and we got turned around, and it was wild because there was a baby carriage. And I remember thinking, like, the Coast Guard told us we had to leave. And I remember thinking that the baby carriage, could you imagine? Like, I was thinking to myself, could you imagine what that person was thinking about when they jacked the kid out of the baby carriage and started running?
Yeah.
It was the whole thing, the whole incident is quite bizarre. It's surreal, and it holds a lot of like I don't hold any attachment to it. You know, like I'm going to be starting a 25 city tour for cancer and mental health awareness for the
Okay.
9/11 anniversary. And it there's so many people that are tied to it that there's nothing good ever came out of it. Nothing. You know, the 9/11 program, the health program, the the monetary program. There's nothing that I saw.
You would think that after a horrific event like that, the biggest terrorist attack to ever touch our country, that it would be more supportive systems in place, and those systems would, continue to support those heroes and survivors and people. But it was, when you say that, man, that really does open up my eyes, because looking back, the ball was definitely dropped from multiple angles. I mean, that's not even talking about the issues surrounding the building itself and the controversy that surrounds that. But I mean, I'm sure that you being able to rise to the occasion, I mean, a lot of people turned around and ran, but you were the person to run in and actually try to help as many people as possible. Did you get people out? Did you?
No,
What?
there's no getting anybody out. There was no getting
Okay.
anybody out. So one of the things, it was like my introduction to 9/11. So I'm going across on the boat, and there was a whole bunch of buckets. There was buckets,
Okay.
buckets, buckets. And I'm saying to myself, what are the buckets for? And I get off on the other side, and I get off the boat, and they're like, you got to carry these buckets. So, okay, carry the buckets. I can't see in front of me because the buckets are obviously in front of me. So I go through the atrium, and I have to pass this restaurant. I pass this one place that had a whole bunch of bags. I didn't even want to know what they were. And I get to the knee wall, and I get to the knee wall, and I put the buckets over the knee wall. And as I'm putting them down, I'm looking, and I was like, "Holy shit! What am I doing here?" But you
Mm.
like, I got to see the first time of what this looked like, and I was like, "Holy crap!" And as soon as I had that notion, there was a horn that went off, and you just heard "run." And I was like, what the hell is this? And I'm chugging and I'm chugging. We go around the building. And long story short, the facade of the building fell. And it just happened to fall on my buckets. That was my introduction to 9/11.
And I don't get it. Why?
Do you want the truth, or do you want, what kind of answer do you want?
The truth, of course.
Here's the truth. Okay.
You said yourself, like, it's more about substance than
Literally my everyday life when I wake up, the things I go through, the things I do, I'm definitely gonna start screaming and giving y'all the rawness, man.
This thing is very real. It's real, but the thing is, people who do this for real.
It seems that we only come together when it's something negative. Let's try to do something positive. I think we need to get back to more of that instead of the reactions of something.
All y'all come at you and sit your ass down. Let me tell you what's wrong.
They don't think they need it.
You begin to start understanding, like, this is what I like, this is what I want. You start we all owe you a debt of gratitude for just you turning around and going and trying to do the best job that you could do that day. So, and then to come out and have to deal with cancer. First of all, this dust and debris is coming down all around you. I mean, that couldn't have been good. You could have, I know you were thinking like, this shit can't get in my lungs.
So I had gone over with the respirator, and I thought that I was going to be okay with that. And it got clogged in like 10 minutes. It was just
Wow.
like, you just couldn't breathe. And I was running bobcats. I was running a bobcat, and I was on a bucket brigade. And I found out what the buckets were for. It was one bucket at a time. And when you're like, you're in the military, man. There are incidences that shock you. I've never seen anything like that in my life. And now I process it and I've alchemized it and I have no emotional attachment to that event and all the stuff that I've been through. The cancer journey is something entirely different. Like I had a rigid and flexible bronchoscopy, and they found out when they found out that I had lung cancer. I started getting sick in 2012, and I had a collapsed lobe of my right lung, and I walked around with that for 5 years. I got diagnosed in 2017 with lung cancer, and the reason why I'm going on this journey is to have awareness for the industry, for the cancer industry and mental health. I really do believe that there's people in the medical industry that shouldn't be there. I've been told 4 different times that I'm going to be treated for cancer, twice for male breast cancer, and that's prolific in 9/11 community now for men, and lung cancer. And then the 4th time was for something called synovial sarcoma. I'd gotten my 15th knee surgery in 2024. And they told me because my knee wasn't healing, and I got the surgery in September, and in November I went back to the surgeon and I was like, "Look, man, it's not healing." He's like, "Well, I think it's not healing because you have synovial sarcoma." And 5 minutes later, he addressed me, and how he addressed me was kind of funny because he was like, how do I give a person like that a diagnosis like that?" And then he told me, like, he started laughing in my fucking face. like what like how are you able to do it? And I've been studying epigenetics for so long, and I developed heart and brain coherence, and this is what I teach, and this is what I present to people, because we can alchemize everything in our world. Everything. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter how catastrophic the event is, anything like that. I'll give you an example of what happened to me. I was studying epigenetics for like 2.5 years. And I went to a 9/11 World Trade Center. I think it was the 1 year. It was the 1 year. I'm having a brain fart for some reason. It was
No,
the
take your
one
time,
year.
bro.
It was the 1 year. Shit, I'm having a brain fart. This is something that they're having as well, is dementia issues. I didn't think I'd be attached to it.
Yeah.
I
Well, I
didn't think I'd
mean,
be attached to it because I'm on TikTok a lot, and I'm on podcasts all over the world. And
uh-huh.
lately I've been getting more and more brain farts. Like, just like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Kind of,
Well, I
yeah,
mean,
it's kind of weird.
we're amazed by your story. Trust me. If you miss something, it's not a big deal. We understand. You've seen something that none of us will ever get the chance to see, nor do we want to. The
I wouldn't
scars, the
wish this
things
on
that
anybody. I wouldn't wish this
yeah,
on anybody.
yeah, man. This is terrible, terrible stuff. I do want to kind of jump to just the supportive side of things. I mean, we've talked about the benefits not being there. Things drying up that shouldn't dry up, funds drying up for 9/11 survivors. Were you able, with the ailments that you have from that situation, were you able to still get support, or is it just non-existent for you?
So no, the system is there. It's just that when you're going to doctors, um, I'm in collections for stuff that
Wow.
but I mean,
Are you
that's like,
kidding me?
no, I'm dead serious. And I went bankrupt over this. I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they gave us like 220, 220,000.
But that's not even gonna cover all the medical costs.
No, it doesn't even
So
cover. I'm actually in Merida, Mexico now, and I'm getting medical taken care of here just because it's cheaper.
that is amazing that you have to go to Mexico to get treatment, and you have to go in debt here in America, and you have to jump all the way over there just to get support. That doesn't make any sense, man. That's actually horrible. I've never even thought of it from that angle, that we would have 9/11 survivors and people who did all that heroic shit that day would have to go over to Mexico for support and care.
No, I'm sorry. It's one of the reasons why I'm doing this 9/11 for, cancer and mental health. Starting out in July. I'm going to be going to 25 cities in the United States, and I'm going to be on podcasts, and I'm going to be doing the mainstream media stuff. And my intent is to roll up on September 11th in Good Morning America. Just take.
You should.
And the thing is, like, this is the first podcast where I've had like glitches. It's wild. I'm 60 years old now, and I'm thinking about this as we're speaking, and I'm like, fuck, man, I just had a glitch. I had a major glitch where I didn't understand what I was talking about.
You have to have so much on your mind, though. I
mean, not really.
I know you say that you, yeah, I get it, but I know you say, like, I can compartmentalize these things. Basically, that's what I was reading. I can put these. It's not even compartmentalizing. It's epigenetics is very important. Okay, it's heart and brain coherence. It's the body understanding what the mind already knows. Right? So the mind is going to program the body to do things without you even thinking. Called the reticular activating system. Right? So it's like we have a reticular activating system that just wants to please us. So whether we think we can or we can't, we're absolutely right. Right? So all it wants to do is please us, and it comes and it does all of this amazing things, and it programs us to, like, instinctively, right? If you're going to use a cell phone that rings, which hand do you use to pick it up, right? So it's left hand or right hand or whatever dominated you are, you actually use. What the reticular activating system does is programs you to do something different. It just wants to please you. All it wants to do is please you. So you have all of these destructive issues. Fuck, I'm having a glitch. It's okay, man. It's okay.
You got gold. You got gold right now.
Take all the time you need, man. There is no judgment at all on our part. We are amazed to have you here, and doing the hard work that you're doing and raising awareness for all of those other heroes that day. Okay. Because you need support, you need advocacy, and it takes somebody brave like you, no matter if you're glitching, hell, no matter what you're dealing with right now. We need somebody who's an advocate to stand up for all of those people who don't have a voice, all of those people who died, who are not here right now, whose family needs benefits and support and care as well. We need people like you to step up, man. So no matter what you're going through, we're here for you. I really appreciate you.
I appreciate it. You got gold right now. You really do.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Hopefully we can send this to somebody who can send it to somebody who can send it to the right person, so they can see that people like you need more support, and people like you deserve support and care. There's no goddamn way that you should have a bill related to that event.
I don't get it. Do you want the truth, or do you want, what kind of answer do you want? The truth, of course. Here's the truth. Okay.
You said yourself, like, it's more about substance.
Literally my everyday life, when I wake up, the things I go through, the things I do, I'm definitely gonna start streaming and giving y'all the rawness, man.
This thing is very real. It's real, but the thing is, people who do this for real,
it seems that we only come together when it's something negative. Let's try to do something positive. I think we need to get back to more of that instead of the reactions to something.
All y'all come at you and sit your ass down. Let me tell you what's wrong.
They don't think they need it.
And you begin to start understanding, like, this is what I like, this is what I want.
you start off
So, I mean, I hold our government accountable for things like this. This is absolutely
I
disgusting.
don't trust our government at all. I
It's
just don't. I
disgusting.
just don't. Yeah, it's just I
Yeah.
just don't. I don't trust it. Yeah. I'm looking at this poster now. I have posters all over my walls, and I'm filling them in for this cancer journey, this cancer and mental health thing. Wow. I'm
How
having a
many
fucking
people?
blank.
Well, let's jump. How many people are you still in connection with who are survivors like you?
See, I'm not a survivor of the event. I'm a survivor of the cancer. It's a big,
I'm
there's a
sorry.
big, there's a big,
No,
no, there's a
thank you.
big issue.
Yeah.
There's a big issue when it comes to that. I'm
Explain
one of,
it, will you?
I'm one of tens of thousands that are sick and dying, and nobody really cares. Like there's a guy, John Field. He's on the top, right, of the guys that are promoting legislation and all of this shit, getting the funds, right. So we just got funded again. It's I can't be seen because I need primary insurance,
Right.
right? So I need primary insurance to be seen by any of the doctors. That's when I say I got kicked out of the program. I was on Medicaid for years in
This
Georgia,
story just keeps getting worse and worse, man.
and it's just it. I went bankrupt over this shit. I'm obviously losing I'm losing my mind over it as well, and it's just it's so ridiculous that I have to come to Mexico and get treated. I get bags of minerals and vitamins and all of that shit. And it's not as costly as the United States, but it's all out of pocket. Everything I pay for is out of pocket. And it's living paycheck to paycheck, if you want to say that, because I don't have a fucking job. I coach people. And I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, what are you doing? Like I'm glitching right now. And I've been noticing it a lot on TikTok lately where I just stop remembering. I'll be trying to speak, and I mean you can look at my podcast from 6 months ago to now. And it's entirely different. Entirely different. Because I'm having more and more glitches. And I'm not afraid to talk about this shit. I'm not afraid to talk about how I've mentally withdrawn, how I've mentally tackled it, how I've mentally, because it's all a mental game. And epigenetics is so important because when you learn to alchemize things, you have to sit in your disempowered thoughts, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to sit in all the crap that you've been through. Like I've been in the worst physical pain for years in the worst physical pain. I have Barrett's esophagus where my throat literally just closes. No rhyme or reason behind it. I have GERDs, lung cancer. And I think it's probably a lot of the medicines. It's probably a lot of because I mean I was on 7 or 8 different drugs at the same time for years. And I wonder now if it's all part of this. If it's a mental decline. I have no idea.
Well, without proper supportive care here in the States, especially with our insurance rates and rising healthcare costs and things of that nature, at least we have Mexico. So I'm sorry if I came across to any of our guests and viewers, as if Mexico was some secondary option that wasn't as useful or viable. Actually, they are.
Oh, this is world-class healthcare. This is world-class healthcare.
I thank God that they're there as an option, but the best option would be for you to find supportive and healthcare coverage in your own country, for all the things that you've done to support this country. I mean, this country owes you a debt of gratitude. It does. It does. And I hope you continue to keep pushing this narrative and keep talking and telling your truth and being an advocate for those people, because we really need people like you, man. 100%.
I appreciate it. I'm going to keep going until I die. And I should have been dead a long time ago, man.
Amen.
I should have been dead a long time ago. And the thing is, as long as I have my voice, I'm going to use it for the voiceless. I'm going to be interviewing guys that went through the same shit that I did, in the 25 cities. And I'm going to be talking to responders, firemen, whatever firehouses had gone there, because it was a national event, or Shanksville or Washington, D.C., right? Because it was one day, 3 different places. So I'm going to be going to 25 different cities. I'm going to be pulling up on conversations, man, like real ones. And this is embarrassing as hell, man. It really is, because I no, man, you have no idea, because I just glitched out. Let's get back on track.
Well, man, continue to do that hard work. I do want to ask you though. So, who do you have now to support you? Are you married? Do you have children? Do you have family? Do you have people who care about you right now?
I have people that love me to death. I have an ex-wife. I just came back from the United States. Actually, I was moving her and my daughter into their new house. I have my brother and sister. Love me to death.
Okay.
I have my nieces and nephews. I have people, but I'm in Mexico by myself. I raised my daughter here years ago, and I thought, what's the cheapest option? Let me come back to Mexico. And now it's becoming more expensive, of course. They consider it a third world country, and it's like, nah, man, this is first world, man. This is state of the art. It's the United States that's third world.
Well,
it's the way I look at it.
In many aspects, it is, man. Very, very wealthy. Wealthiest nation in the history of the world, as we all boast and claim, and we do a lot for the rest of the world, but we are definitely failing to support the people in our own country in multiple ways. So, I can see where you would have that viewpoint, and many other people share that viewpoint. And until, us as voters come together on one common accord and, use our power to get these people who are in these powerful positions to make the decisions, the right decisions, the fair decisions, we're not going to get to where we need to get to, man. And, this is just one step. What you are doing is getting us one step closer, because people need to hear your story. I will push this to the moon.
I'm pissed off. I really am pissed off. Not in that like crazy way. I'm just pissed off at.
No, you pissed off in a crazy way.
My daughter watched me. Yeah, you can't even say that shit. Now
I'll say it for you. I'm pissed off in a crazy way.
He's knocking on your door, so you can't.
Yeah, knock on my door.
I appreciate it.
Yes, I'm a 9/11 survivor, and I'm pissed off. Thank you for knocking. Did you bring a check with you, sir? Did you bring something to support me? Okay.
Yeah, so I have a GoFundMe out. It pretty much
I want to post it because I want to get you some. That's what I was hoping. Yeah, we want some wealthy people to support you, man. We want some people. Everybody can support you. GoFundMe. We do a lot for anybody who doesn't have insurance, and cousin, uncle, brother died. We look out. We got a guy right here who is a world-class fighter. Okay, standing firm, fighting a good fight, reaching out, willing to talk about this, not just hide in the shadows, stand up and speak out for those who are innocent, who need support. And I mean, we want to be able to help you out there, man, definitely. So
I appreciate
whatever
it.
that GoFundMe is, I will have the link, and I will be supporting myself. And I hope that all of our viewers who are watching Whether you like, subscribe, I really don't care. But if you got a couple dollars in your pocket, please support this brother out there trying to get some support so he can continue to do this hard work and continue to help to try to get justice for those survivors. So just, I'm looking you dead in the eye, please, okay? Craig seems to be a wonderful person. You've heard his story. You've heard the incredible heroics that he had to go through, the trauma that he had to deal with, the pain and suffering, all to get through with it. Find out you got lung cancer, think that you have a pot of money waiting there for you, and no, you end up in debt. And then furthermore, you end up getting supportive health care in Mexico instead of the country that this event took place in, which is the wealthiest nation in the history of the history of the world, the United States. So we can do better. If the United States can't do better, if the government can't do better, the people can do better. So please support Craig on his journey and just reach out to him. I'll make sure I put links in the description, email, so you can send him support. If you would, in the comment section, drop Craig a nice message. Tell him how great of a person he is, and tell him how much we need more people like him, okay? So just remember that, y'all, okay? This is important stuff. Yeah, man. Hey, this is dope, man.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.